church so much. Oh, she's here. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, I thought she was in London actually. Yes, Mommy, am I welcome or you are welcome? We are welcome. Thank you very much. Then also when I entered this room, I think something caught my eye that I need to mention. Whoever did the decoration in the room, I must congratulate. Because when I look at the colors, the red and the blue, if I combine with the white uniform, it means that I'm on the right path. A friend of mine will say, if you know, you know. And also, let me also apologize for coming late. We all thought that it was happening at Committee 2, this program. So last night, late in the night actually, I called the district commander. They said, oh no, it's Mancrobi. We didn't know what the program was. So I went back to the program and said, okay, my venue is Mancrobi. So I had to call my boss and say, hey, please send messages around and tell everybody who wants to come with me that the program is at Mancrobi. And that's why you're even seeing just a few people here. I am sure if you ask your people at Committee 2 today, they will tell you that the place will be inundated with MPP people from Tema West. And the reason is very simple. I have been with the people, I'm a people's person, and I know that the people love me, don't you? So wherever I go, they follow me. And that is why you see so many people coming from Tema West. Indeed, what started as a Christian mission some 100 years, 257 years ago, and of course transformed into a house-to-house witnessing program. One person thinking that preaching or Christianity or winning souls for Christ shouldn't only be done at the pulpit in the church, rather in the houses of people, in the bars, and wherever you can find these people, especially those who actually need the salvation. Salvation Army has transformed itself from what it was then to what you are now. And I am very grateful for the church. Just like the chairman said in his speech, I had only known Salvation Army later on as an organization that dealt with charity. In fact, when you go to the United States of America, all the soup kitchens where the homeless will go and have a meal or two in a day is administered by Salvation Army. Where the poor, very poor, who might not even be able to afford weather clothes when it's winter or when the weather changes, if they need to be clothed, is Salvation Army. In fact, I even know that some of my colleagues abroad, when they have vehicles which they wish to abandon, instead of sending to a scrapyard, you can release the Salvation Army and use the proceeds to offset your taxes. Salvation Army represents a great development in the lives of people, especially Christians. It is even quite interesting to note that within this 100 years that the church was set in Ghana, you have about 263 schools to your credit, about 3 rehabilitation centers, 1 hospital, 2 polyclinics, and still counting. How many churches have this development in place that can be counted? And even looking at how small you are, looking at how the district commander is appealing to members to get more people on board. If you had a larger number like some other churches have, I'm sure you'd have done better. So I think Salvation Army is a church that we should all praise and we should all help in their development agenda. There is certainly strength in numbers. If you sit here today and you listen to preachings on radio, you listen to preaching some pastors on TV, and you think that their preaching is better than what you hear here, then you are mistaken. Today people are turning the church into a different thing. While some see it as a business, others are seeing it to be a way to catapult themselves to some popularity. Is the Salvation Army doing the same? No. You are out there winning souls for Christ. You are out there helping the poor. You are out there making the world understand what salvation actually means. So I want you to help in getting this message out. As the district commander DC has said. Just imagine if by, let's say, next week Sunday, everybody here seated gets another 10 people to join them to church. Just visit. Imagine what would come out of it. Out of this 10 people, let's say 5 people stay, 5 don't stay. You'll be increasing the numbers. Do not allow them to pull you out, but rather you pull them in. In talking about numbers, let me just put this in the form of a question. Assuming I came here, and the numbers are so huge and large that people have to sit. People are even sitting outside. So if I should tell the church that, Honorable Carlos, I'm so resourceful enough that I want to break your church down and expand it for you, would you allow or not? You accept, no? I want to expand this church for you. Would you say no? You say yes, right? Yes. Good. So it means if I decide that I want to help the church to expand this band, is to get in more people, it is something that will be acceptable to you. Okay, now let me come to the religion and governance. And this little speech I'm going to give you can term it Christians Awake. First question, what has successive government, done for Christians in Ghana? Can anybody pick anything up? I don't remember. I'm a Christian myself. Yes, we are all Ghanaians. As to providing streets or roads, as to providing water and light, we see them. But Christians, in our life as Christians, have we ever seen any government coming on stream and saying, I am doing this or I'm providing this for Christians before? It has never happened. But there are governments that are providing other things or other support for some other religion. For example, our Muslim brothers and sisters, I know that some of them get a sponsorship to pilgrimage in Mecca almost every year. Am I lying? Do we do the same for Christians? But I appreciate it because, I mean, if government is helping you to fulfill a certain dream, to help you go to Mecca or help you in a pilgrimage, it is a very good thing. And I, standing here, would always support it. I agree. But what about the other side? Do we do anything for Christians? Do you go for pilgrimage? So that is where the question comes in. That if one president, one government, says that he wants to build a church for Christians, if one president decides to say that I want to put up something to also honor Christians, do you find that wrong? I think we are not getting the story correct. And probably we have allowed politics to take over the discussion of this particular thing. Because for me, if you ask that why are we even allowing the Christians themselves to build their church? I'll say it is wrong. Government probably, we came out with the wrong rendition. We should have accepted that we want to build the church for Christians. And at least Christians would have, for the first time, seen something coming out of the government in this Ghana for once. The last time I checked, Salvation Army, your population in Ghana is about 60,000. 25,000. Thank you very much. So in celebrating 100 years, if we had a national cathedral, all the Salvation Army members in Ghana could have gone into that room. Air conditioning. I see people sweating and using handkerchiefs. That cathedral there is not going to be at the Kufuor Cathedral. It's not going to be called MPP Cathedral. National Cathedral. It's a cathedral that's going to serve Christians very well. If the Pentecost Church wants to go on a conversion, a particular year, a particular week, they don't need to go to Independence Square and stand in the sun. They don't need to go to the beach and get all this that's going to their noses. But they will have a place of worship which would be so holy to at least attain that accolade of worshiping the Lord. But yet, Christians have let the discussion out and people are running away with wrong stories, and MPP government is rather looking bad in the eyes of everybody. I think that it is time that Christians wake up. Now somebody sitting there is asking himself a question. Oh, but the timing is not right. And we are in hard time. It's true, we are in hard time. But we cannot put all our eggs in one basket. We cannot say that all the money we have we are going to use to do one thing. Another thing would certainly fall off. And for your information, if you think the cathedral is not important, so we shouldn't do cathedral. Mark my words anywhere. In November, December, the government will have to sponsor people to go and watch football. Is that important? Are you telling me that people going to Qatar to watch football is more important than putting up cathedral? No. But government has to do it. If you like, don't do it and see what will happen. But yet Christians are sitting down. Christians are not speaking. And we have allowed the politicians to take the discussion out there, and they are hating us for it. Christians awake. Christians awake. Christians awake. Thank you very much.